The ancient art of making barrels from wooden staves and metal hoops is kept alive by 21st century coopers Bob Hockert and Justin Bidelspach. At their workshop deep in the woods near Wilmington, a quiet village in New York's Adirondack Mountains, they craft fine oak barrels with a mix of techniques old and new. Their barrels are largely purchased by distillers who use them to age whiskey.
The oak we require in a cooperage is the highest quality. It's above a veneer grade, so it's got to be completely free of knots, wormholes, buckshot, bark inclusions, or whatever. Grain has got to be perfect. Everything about it has to be absolutely spot on. We're different in that we use northern grown oak, absolutely. Most of the cooperages, and there are only a couple dozen in North America, are located in the Midwest, and that's the major source of oak. It doesn't really grow right here, but it does grow quite a bit in southern New York and Vermont and Massachusetts. We use exclusively northern grown oak because it's much tighter grained. We're stressing the tree. We're right at the very edge of where it will grow. The trees here generally contain a lot less tannin, and tannin is very astringent in a whiskey. You want a little bit, but not too much. Staves are the main body of the barrel. These are staves, the slats you see here, and these are called the heads. We'll talk about those later. But the staves are the kind of the critical part and deceivingly kind of complicated shape of a wood. The barrel being a larger diameter in the center means that the stave is wider in the center and then tapers down on either end. So it has a natural, curved shape this way, and is also beveled because all of the staves have to fit next to one another in kind of a keystone fashion to make that circle. Whiskey starts out to be moonshine. It's odorless, it's colorless, and largely tasteless. You put that clear liquid in a charred white oak barrel, you wait a little while, and you get whiskey out. It goes in clear, and nobody quite understands that till they start doing a little looking around and researching and so forth.
Once the staves have been shaped and put in place, Bob and Justin use a device called a windlass to pull the staves together into a barrel shape. Then come the ends of the barrel, which are called heads.
At this point, the barrel has been charred as well. This particular barrel has the heads charred and the body of the barrel charred. You'll notice that inside is a putty-like substance called cooper's dough. And every cooper has their own formula for this. This is basically what we use is a combination of grain flours, oak dust, and water is all it is. It's perfectly edible. You wouldn't want to, but it isn't going to harm anybody. 99% of this squeezes out when the head gets fit in the notch, but it helps seal the barrel initially. So when you first put water in it, this tends to kind of hold the water in and force the water into the wood. The wood swells and makes the barrel tight. Hoops or bands are the only thing that hold the barrel together. We make them, every part of it, in the shop here. And they start as a long strip of steel. We buy coiled steel in about 2,000-foot long rolls, and we cut them to length, and we then hydraulically punch holes in each end so that we can rivet the band together. Before it's riveted together, we run it through a set of rolls that put an arc in it. The idea here is now when you bring this around and rivet it together, the band is tapered, so it'll fit on the barrel. To get liquid in and out of the barrel, we need to have a bunghole. we've just, no pun intended, jumped through a bunch of hoops to make a curved barrel, curved shape. And people frequently ask, well, why isn't it just a cylinder? And the answer to that is basically because if you look at this barrel empty, it's roughly 80 some pounds. And when it's full, it's probably between 400 and 500 pounds. Well, with the push of a finger, you can roll that, you can spin it in a different direction, and with a little effort, flip it up on its side. So years ago, before hydraulics and everything else, it was much, much easier to move that shape than a cylinder. A cylinder is difficult to maneuver. And the other thing is, having this shape means these bands are forcing these joints together, which is difficult to do on a cylinder. Here, that shape means that it is completely watertight. Those joints are completely, totally watertight. So there is a reason for the shape of the barrel itself.
For Bob Hockert, who enjoyed a successful career on Wall Street, and for Justin Bidelspach, who came to coopering after service in the U.S. Air Force, the making of handsome, sturdy white oak barrels is hard work and also a source of deep satisfaction.
It's a very different life, and the truth be known, it is a very unusual kind of occupation. We're one of just a couple cooperages in the Northeast. It's very gratifying to actually come out and at the end of the day have, tangible, products going out the door, and knowing that we're actually helping keep local distillers in business. And so we're very careful about who we work with and being very careful about not over-promising and under-delivering. People's production, their livelihood, are based on us getting them barrels. What are you going to do, if you don't have barrels to put your product in? So it's a great deal of fun, very unusual kind of occupation, I guess, and very different from Wall Street. Yeah.